why am I going to do this on the Remarkable? I'm going to use the Remarkable Paper Pro here to actually go through everything, and I wanted to do that on the Remarkable just because I've actually had a really good time recently laying out my thoughts on it. I really like it in this landscape mode here, and there's some other things that I'm really enjoying about it as well. I'm just enjoying having the 2 pens available just here, and I'm really liking I'm viewing this exact same dock in my computer screen here as well. I could also share the Remarkable screen also straight onto a PC that was running the Remarkable app in the desktop. So lots of nice things about it. And the pen tools have this absolutely lovely feel. I'm just really enjoying. And as a creative person, I'm really enjoying the difference in marks you can get, for example, with the paintbrush here. I'm really enjoying lots of things about it at the minute. Okay, well, I'm going to talk a bit more about the Note Air 4C because Skylar says that's what she's expecting to go in at number 1. Interesting idea. And with Remarkable, I think this isn't for everybody. I think we've all kind of said that in our reviews recently, that the Remarkable Paper Pro might well not be for everybody, and that's an interesting point. I think that they should diversify their range. I'm really hopeful that in spring we might see a Remarkable Mini and a Remarkable Max maybe next year as well. And actually, wouldn't that be amazing if we could have a Remarkable? I'm really enjoying this bigger size here. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could have a Remarkable which was 13.3? And I just think also we could do that. The black and white would make sense at the mini size, the 7.8 size, and the maxi size, the 13.3 size as well. I think Carta 1300, could you imagine a Remarkable that didn't do the annoying flashing thing? Because as I scroll, you will see it is quite off-putting, that flashing thing, and it is something that is quite a nuisance. But yeah, I'm willing to forgive it right now for the pen tools, and the writing feel is really good as well. Getting used to the kind of 2-finger undo as well, quite like that. Just 2-finger tap the screen and it just undoes whatever the last thing that you did was, which is really cool. And that is a really quick way just to make your changes. And you kind of don't need an eraser if usually you're going to be getting rid of the last thing you did. So the quick gesture for 2-finger tap for undo, I think is really quite cool and works really well. As I say, it's something I'm just getting used to and finding to be really useful. I've also used the select all below a certain line. I used it when I was laying out these things because I actually inputted these things just before here. So the select all below a line, you go into the select palette, and you draw a horizontal line and hold, and you get this option for select below. And then you can just move everything down a bit to give yourself essentially just another line for writing, a spare blank line. And that has always been, right from the very first time I used the Remarkable 1, being able to resize and move your content around to fit in a little bit more work was always a useful thing. So that's really nice now. If you've got a page of your thoughts laid out vertically, that you can actually just make yourself a little bit extra room there. I think that's really quite cool. So well done to them. These are really thoughtful things. And just generally for me, as a creative person, I'm really enjoying just using it as a sort of blank canvas for laying out my thoughts, but also for drawing as well. And I'm going to do it on here because I'm going to lay out my top 10, because this is the same notebook that we laid out our top 10 last time I did this one live. And it's just nice, isn't it, to keep thoughts all together in one place. Yeah, I've loved setting out my thoughts on this. However, I've also loved setting out my thoughts on the Note Air 4C. One pro feature, of course, that fingerprint unlock is very, very useful, I think. Something they should have included here on the Remarkable Paper Pro. I can't wait to go back to the Note Air 4C now. I've been testing out the Bigme B1051C, and I want to just talk really about, if you're deciding on a e-ink tablet, you should be thinking about your use cases first and foremost. And I think for me right now, the two that you're probably mainly going to be looking between are the Remarkable Paper Pro and the Note Air 4C. Okay, or any of the Boox devices really across here. The current best Boox devices are going to be good shouts. But I think that the reason why you would buy one of those over the others is about your use case. Why buy the Note Air 4C over the Remarkable Paper Pro? I think if you use my use case here, my use case for the Note Air 4C goes a little something like this. I start by recording in Otter, and then sometimes I'm doing that on my phone as well, incidentally. And then it's just obviously appearing on the Otter app in the Note Air 4C, which is really useful. So here it is in here. I can record, transcribe into that, and then I export that, just copy that into Word or Docs or of course OneNote, which is where I was working on that up there. And then I can then work on that in a cloud copy of a device. Now, if you want to work in that kind of workflow, if you're word processing, then definitely that is a great workflow, and you can't do that workflow on the Remarkable. But if you want a place just for your thoughts and your scribbles, that's what I'm enjoying the Remarkable for. It's nice just to open it up and start writing your thoughts down. It's really nice. Now, I've just finished a drawing comparison, and also I've just published an in-depth look at the Remarkable Paper Pro. So hopefully that's a useful content for you to get your head around these. Now, drawing comparison between the Remarkable Paper Pro and the Note Air 4C was quite surprising. But right now in e-ink, these are your two main choices in my opinion. If you're all about reading or about word processing, I would look to go for any of the main Boox kind of characters, the Note Air 4C or the Go 10.3 or the Tab Ultra C Pro. And of course, also maybe wait for the Note Max whenever that comes out. Or if you want to replace paper, then the Remarkable Paper Pro is your thing. So I think it's just about where these devices fit. As I said, think about your use case. Think about what you're looking to replace is a good way to think about it. If you're looking to replace word processing on a computer or reading on an LCD screen, and you need that bit of extra real estate, then yeah, the Note Air 4C, great place to go, or any of the great Boox tablets that are out there. But if you're looking just to replace some paper in your life, some notebooks and things, then maybe the Remarkable Paper Pro is just as good, just good enough for you. And by the way, these aren't sponsored videos. The companies do tend to send me devices for review, and I always make that disclaimer in the unboxing video that I make. Although I do have affiliate deals, and there are links in the description for all of these tablets. I've got affiliate deals with, I think, all of them now in one way, shape or form. So there's no reason why I should recommend one over another. So everything in my top 10, you'll find linked up in the description. And although they're affiliate deals, I want you to pick the one that is right for you. Using the Remarkable Paper Pro at work, and it's perfect for that. Purchased the Note Air 4C for personal use, and unfortunately I'm underwhelmed. Oh, interesting. Okay, I think you want to take your time with that one, is only with a Note, and just see where else it fits. And if it doesn't fit, then okay, you maybe didn't need to replace those things that's good at. Okay, main difference, say if work, etc., books, replace notebooks, etc., Remarkable. Well, it's about workflows, Jay. So the main difference is the Android, the ability to use those apps. Of course, I've discussed my workflow there, starting with the Ofta app, into the Word app, or the Google Docs app, or the OneNote app. So yeah, you need apps to do that workflow. Whereas if you just want your thoughts and your scribbles, if you're just looking for something to replace that paper notebook that you use, then this will do that job, and then you can carry on using those apps on whatever you were using apps before. I hope that makes sense anyway. If it's writing feel, it's very expensive distinction. Yeah, no, I agree, Jay, but it's not just that. It's, as I said, it's the really, I'm just really enjoying these pen tools. I'm enjoying being able to vary the pressure and the thickness of my line by the tilt. And I'm enjoying the feel of it. I'm also enjoying the writing in black and white. I'm enjoying the low latency. There's lots to enjoy about the Remarkable. I'm very clear what I think is the better one. And most people are saying they're expecting one of the Boox to be on the top